Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. That's right, of all the first games to do a review on my rebuilt working PlayStation 5 system, I choose this. That's right, this is B.A.T.S. Blood-Sucking Anti-Terror Squad that was developed by Ritual Games and published by One-Eyed Robot and launched on October 20th of 2021 for just about every single gaming system. Now let me read you a short synopsis of what B.A.T.S. Blood-Sucking Anti-Terror Squad is. Based on the coolest animated TV show that never was, B.A.T.S. stars Count Bloodvein and the rest of the Bloodsucker Anti-Terror Squad as they battle Scorpion Supreme and the ruthless terrorist organization known as Sting. B.A.T.S. is a throwback to the action side-scrollers of the 16-bit era with a modern twist. It's a fast-paced action brawler shooter slasher that wards precision, play, and pixel-perfect timing. Play like a pro, or take your time running around killing terrorists, slicing heads off, and sucking their blood. Honestly, that's really not too bad of an explanation for this. First of all, this game, as you can tell, I'm sure the PS5 is not having problems running this. It's the same game for every system, okay? So it's not like you get any sort of options in the menus or nothing like that. When you boot up the game, it basically offers you to play through the main story mission, or after you beat it once, you can do like a speed run. And it also has like, I think, an enemy attack mode, and that's about it. Now, this game consists of 5 side-scrolling levels, each with about roughly 4 to 5 different parts per level. Once you beat the first 4 parts, the 5th part generally is a boss battle, and then at that point when you defeat the boss, you are allowed to free one of your members of the blood-sucking anti-terrorist squad. Each character you play as has different gameplay mechanics in terms of how they attack, their super moves, and stuff like that. Other than that, that's really the only thing I can really say about this game. I'm going to say this, I think someone else has said it too, but it reminds me of Broforce. Not exactly the same, but the graphical fidelity. This was not made by the same people that made Broforce. So, but it has this uncanny feeling that it's one of those type games. Now, yes, this is not a AAA game at all. It only set you back $10. So it's not really a bad game if you're looking for something quick to play through. That's actually pretty fun. I mean, the way you control it, one button is your normal attack mode. Your circle button is like your dodge or evade move. Once you get enough blood that you've collected by killing enemies, you can do your super move, turn into a super creature, and you can also do a super attack by pressing down on the plus pad and your attack button, but that drains your blood meter. Now keep in mind you can only be hit a couple times before you die, and when you die you go back to the beginning of each corresponding level, or a section of the level I should say. So if you made it to like section 3 out of level 1, if you die, you don't go back all the way to the very beginning. You're at section 3. So then it's kind of reasonable. And I will say the boss battles, they start off kind of bland and dumb and kind of remind me of a Dr. Robotnik sort of boss. But as you progress through, they do get a little bit more difficult and challenging. So it actually is kind of a challenging game. It really is. Is it cool? It's really, really stupid. It really is. I mean, come on, seriously. Scorpion Supreme? It sounds like something you'd get at Taco Bell. I'll take a Scorpion Supreme, please. Oh, do you want that with or without extra hot sauce? But that's my personal feeling. And they're obviously going tongue-in-cheek with this, because you're basically playing as Dracula, even though they call him the different name of Count Bloodvein. Almost like, a different game, nonetheless, that I'm not going to talk about. But honestly, considering the price of this game and how easy it is to beat, I would say don't get this. I mean, seriously, unless you like these kinds of games, it plays good. It looks actually pretty good for the 16-bit style. The animation's fairly decent, and the challenge is there. It's got a pretty decent challenge. But honestly, this is a game that if you're able to just rent it or borrow it from a friend, I would recommend doing that, because you can actually play and beat this thing in about maybe 30 minutes. And that's really about it, because the story isn't really earth-shatteringly special. Honestly, as you see from the startup of it, it's quite bare bones and to the point. You got the evil scorpion dude that's kidnapped your team members, and you got to go through the levels to save them. And at the end, you finally get to defeat the evil scorpion guy. But honestly, for what it is, it's decent. It really is. It does play well. The level designs are kind of neat, especially later on, but there's nothing like really spectacular with this. This honestly is something I would say definitely, if you're able to borrow it from a friend or just rent it, if you're able to, at like a Redbox, if they still rent games wherever you're at. They don't around here anymore. It's just movies. But if you happen to have like I don't know, let's say a GameFly account or something like that, I can say, like, try it out, play it, because you can get some decent trophies out of it if you're a trophy hunter. It does have a pretty decent challenge. I do like the different mechanics that they actually employ with the boss battles. I do also like the different enemies that you fight. The Windhelm Scream is in this. The Windhelm Scream, the guy that screams from Star Wars. They use that sound effect in this as well. So it's obviously not meant to be taken serious. But as you just go through these levels, you jump down, jump up, blast through areas, destroy computer boxes to open gates, kill enemies, avoid hazards, get to the end, fight a boss, save one of your friends, rinse and repeat until at the end, when you finally get them to the smackdown on Scorpion Supreme and send him to the afterlife. Yes. Honestly, for a game playing as vampires, this doesn't suck. It's not great. It's kind of average yet mediocre, but I did have fun with this. It was actually an enjoyable game to play. And honestly, for only $10, I still think the price is too much. This comes off like a $4.99 game. If this was $5, I wouldn't really have a problem with it, because the game is just so short. And after you figure out what to do, it's insanely easy. I think that's why they have like the time attack mode, to see if you can go through and beat the whole game in like a quick amount of time. But honestly, in the end, my final thoughts on B.A.T.S. Bloodsucking Anti-Terror Squad is, it's not bad, but not great. It's a mediocre title, but it does play well. The animation's decent. The gameplay is fine for what it is, but it's just too short. No voice acting. The characters are kind of stupid. The one dude's obviously a ripoff of Blade. But nonetheless, like I said, if this was $5, I could recommend buying it. But if you happen to have the ability to rent this or borrow this, I can say go ahead and do that. But other than that, I would definitely say pass on B.A.T.S., the blood-sucking anti-terror squad. This just seems like something like a cell phone game. Why in the hell they have it on every gaming system is beyond me. You think maybe they boost the graphics or resolution? Well, I don't know how you would boost the graphics or resolution on a 16-bit side-scroller, but nonetheless, there's certain gaming systems. Let's just say I'm pretty sure it's not really making them run hot and really push the software. But in the end, that's my personal feelings on B.A.T.S. Bloodsucking Anti-Terror Squad. Have any of you out there actually heard of this game? Have you played this game? What was your personal thoughts on this? Is there anything you felt that I missed on my review of this particular game? Do you think this was the best game to review right after getting my PS5 fixed? I don't know. Leave in the comments below. And of course, here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.